Hello you beautiful people, it's Adam here from Paws, Parks and Games. Welcome back to Season 2 of Planet Coaster. Now in this video today we're going to have a look at a test of one of the features here in the PlayStation 4 console version of the game. So if you do go in to enjoy this video, don't forget to give us a like down below and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of the content. So, first of all, in terms of testing in this video as a comparison, I am running the latest build of Planet Coaster. It's like 1.2 or something, whatever the latest build is as of today, whatever it is, the 7th of January. I'm running this on a standard PlayStation 4 just for purposes of testing. So one of the things that they had to add to the console version of the game, if I head into settings, is this thing here called the Oswald Eugene counter, which is basically a piece counter to ensure there's no lag. So basically, because the PC version is very dependent on the setup of what PC you've got, so what graphics card and all that kind of stuff, basically how good your PC is will depend how well the game plays. Obviously the console version has to kind of work on all consoles. So they've added this Eugene counter thing to, I believe, only the Xbox One and PS4 versions. I don't believe the Xbox Series X or PS5 version of the game have it. I could be wrong, but I don't have one of those to test this on. And I think basically the idea is the more scenery, items, rides, stuff you put in your park, the slower and the more lag you're going to get in your park. So this counter is basically a limit of how much you can actually build. So the long and short of it is, I want to test how much I can build in the shortest possible time. So the way we're going to do that is by filling an empty map with one item. And the item I think I'm going to choose is trees. The idea is, right, I've come in here to a desert biome, and I think I'm going to just go over to one side of the map, and we're going to just spam some trees and just work our way through and just see exactly how much of the map we can fill with trees. So there's the corner, and I just want to get a good indication of sort of how far we can go, because obviously this is a big map to fill, and it'll be a good test of just how much stuff you can put in. So I don't even know how much trees take. So that's the idea. Let's just put in a few at the moment just so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, this one here will do us nicely, I think. So let's plonk one of these down. I'm just going to just plonk a few until the notification comes on the screen, which I thought would already come up, to be honest. But at the moment it hasn't. So let's just plonk a few more down, and then we're going to go in the settings and just see what that's done to our counter. Okay, so we're still at 1%. But never mind, we'll keep placing down until we sort of get a few more bits. Now, it might be one of them things where we might be able to fill the entirety of this map. That's the aim. If we can fill the map completely with these trees, then it obviously shows you can put a lot more in than I thought. But from what I'm understanding from what people are saying from playing the game, you can't put that much in terms of your custom stuff. So that's the purpose of this test, and it's one of them things that it also means you guys never have to do this because it's going to be quite tedious. Obviously this entire video isn't going to just be real-time planting trees. Once we get a bit of movement in the percentage icon, we'll speed it up just so we can see exactly how much we can fit in here and how long it's going to take. Can we sort the barrier? Yeah, we are. So it's getting harder to see. Okay, so we're still 1%, so that obviously gives you a good indication of how many you can do here. Maybe trees don't affect it too badly, so we might be able to get quite a lot on. We might be able to do a full map, so if we can, that's going to take a while. But I do want to see if there's a way to, like I say, it's just a test. What I might do eventually is add all these to a building, so then we can keep track of how many things we've actually built. Yeah, we're still on the line. Right, so we filled one corner to one corner. Towards the end I started going a little bit more spammy, but let's just see how that's done to our target. So we're on 2%. Okay, so that kind of gives us a good indication then that we are pretty much able to do quite a lot. So what we're going to do is I'll jump it forward into a more of a bed up kind of thing. I'm going to stick all this into a building if I can figure out how to do it, so then we can actually keep track of how many trees we're planting. So we're only at 3% now, so that shows you then obviously we're doing quite well. So the next thing we're going to start doing, now we've got a bit of a group, we're going to see if we can copy and paste a lot of this stuff to try and speed this process up, because we've still got a lot of the map to go, basically all the way down here. So now we've got like a bit of a square. I want to see if we can just fill in the gaps, then we're going to start a bit of copy and pasting. So that's the plan. Okay, so we've done over about halfway now. It's all floating, but it's just nice day for testing, so it's fine. So let's have a look what we're currently at. I think we're about 25%. Yeah, so 30%. Okay. So I think we're going to be able to do it. I think we're going to be able to do this. Okay, so we're up to 93%, and the game is running really, really laggy. Like, I can barely move it, kind of laggy. I think we're almost at 98, yeah, 98%, 100%. We've hit 100%. Okay, that didn't place because we were over. Let's try again. Place that. Not let me place it. Yeah. Okay. Right, so what you're seeing now, this lag, this is what I'm experiencing live. Okay, if I zoom out. Okay, so let's just quit out of this 1 second because I want to just check one thing. Okay, so our total scenery group object, so all the trees in the game that we've put down so far, and we've still got that little corner to do, we're up to 38,515 of the black spruce tree. Right, we need to fill that corner, don't we? Okay, we made it into 99. Let's just see how that looks on here. There we go, high capacity. Can I get to 100%? That's what we're going to try now. Okay, right, we've hit it to 100% here. We've reached our goal. So, how do we get back out? Right, okay, so I want to know how many trees we've got here. So 39,079 trees has got us to 100%. And the game is very laggy. Okay. Right, as a very quick comparison then, I'm going to just very quickly jump into my PC version. Just see what the equivalent is. So 39,079 trees. Let's jump in over to the PC and see what happens. Okay, so I'm in the PC version, same biome. Just for comparison's sake, I'm just going to show you what the settings that I have for the game running are currently. So this is what we have. we are running a GeForce GTX 1060 6GB, which is the graphics card that I have. I play the game in 1080p. We've got the ultra graphics as the preset, and we've got high, basically everything on as high as you can get it. Background atmospherics is on medium, and everything else is pretty much up there with height. Depth of field I only turn on if I'm doing like cinematics, as it kind of gives you that blurred effect. Anywho, so just as a comparison, this is what I'm running with the settings. So let's get to the trees. Okay, right, so I've got to a situation where we've filled the map pretty much. I can still move around. I'm still getting, when I'm looking at everything, I'm getting between 20 to 60 frames per second. So the actual FPS of this being on the map isn't really that affected. I mean, it goes a bit slower the closer I get, but then when I'm sort of inside it all, I'm still getting a decent enough sort of 20 frames a second. So it's definitely running better than it does on the PlayStation. For comparison purposes, the only time it does freeze if I click it, and it's sort of but then as it loads, we're back to movement speed again. So I've got about a 16 FPS showing. I don't know if you can see the performance overlay on the screen, but what you will be able to see is the total objects, which is 39,868. So we've beat the target on the PlayStation, which was 39,079 trees. It's not really a decent comparison, this, because obviously the PC version was going to win because it's better hardware. That is just fact. And this isn't it's not a video made to have a go at the game. This is basically just showing the comparison of what you can actually build. And that gives you a good indication. Like I said, I've not got the best PC in the world, but it's still relatively decent. And the fact you can pretty much do the same, albeit a lot sort of more laggy on the PlayStation, but it gives you a good indication of what exactly, and the amount, the sheer scale that you can actually build in Planet Coaster. So I don't really know what the purpose of this test was, to be completely honest with you. That's the idea of this season. I'm just going to keep playing around with some ideas. So if you guys have got anything you want me to test out in either the PC or the console version, let me know, and I'll waste time doing it, because this took me about 2.5 hours to play around with completely pointless facts and figures. Anywho, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give us a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all the content. Fancy a chat, head over to Twitter or Discord. Any comments or suggestions in the rest of this season, let me know down below by leaving a comment on this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.